Another episode here on my channel. My name is ChaosMole, and today we are looking at the 2021 nominees for the Game Awards and all the categories. I will do this live with my community, so if you're wondering who am I talking to and what the hell is going on here, I'm streaming this right now. So, I haven't looked at this yet. I only saw the Game of the Years because my timeline was just full of it. I couldn't escape. But that was the only thing I kind of saw. I didn't look too much into it. And we have a lot to go through. So, let's just start with the banger, shall we? And let's start with the Game of the Year. Yes. Game of the Year. Deathloop. It Takes Two. Metroid Dread. Psychonauts 2. Ratchet & Clank, Rift Apart, Resident Evil 8, Village. Alright, I get it. 2021 was a tough year. Like, there was not really like the one game which was just dominating everyone, right? I have already seen a lot of angry people that Forza is not in here, which I cannot really say anything about. I haven't played Forza 5 yet, so, but I constantly hear how amazing that game is. But I can talk about the games which are on the list because I have nearly played, well, actually I've only played 2 of them. And I have seen a full playthrough of the other one. But Deathloop, haven't finished that one. Like, I couldn't, like, I enjoyed it. It was okay. But I did not finish it. Like, something stopped me halfway through, and I'm not even sure if I will ever return to it. Like, it was an interesting idea, but especially as somebody who has loved Hades, lol, Hades to death last year, Deathloop felt like a shallow 3D experience of it. So yeah, It Takes Two. I heard a lot of good things about it. I saw a little bit of the game, and it looked like a really, really well done co-op game. Like, really well done. You would say Metroid Dread, but I would probably still vote for Takes Two. Metroid Dread, I heard it is one of the best Metroid games in years, but even the people who really enjoyed Metroid Dread were like, yeah, it's what we would expect a bit from Metroid. So it's like, okay. Psychonauts 2, spoiler, Psychonauts 2 is actually on my top 5 list of 2021 when we are doing our Game Awards show by the end of the year. The Golden Mole Hills will happen again this year, and Psychonauts is on that list. Absolutely. Like, Psychonauts 2 was actually really good. Like, the direction, like, especially the art direction they were going with it. The music was great. Like, the story was cool. The gameplay was fun. Like, it was a really just through and through good game. Right? Ratchet & Clank, not played it. I've seen a full playthrough of it. And I have to say, it was pretty cool what they were doing with the technology there. But that was about it. And after I have seen it for like 2 hours, I was like, yeah, okay. Okay. Like, I'm not saying that Ratchet & Clank Rift Apart is a bad game. It's just, it like didn't do anything extraordinary besides of using the SSD and jumping through levels. But besides that, it felt pretty much like an action adventure slash Ratchet and Clank game. So, and then Resident Evil Village, I cannot say anything about Village. I have completely media blackout on Village because I'm actually still planning to play it, and we will not manage it this year anymore, I'm afraid. But I heard some very good things, some very, very good things. And sure, like, people seem to be fine with it. But yeah, the Game of the Year list feels a bit weak. I'm curious. Like, I would have put, if people would ask me which games I would have put on there, well, Psychonauts 2 is on it. Hitman 3. Hitman 3 came out this year. Came out in January, unfortunately. But I still think that Hitman 3 was pretty good. Yeah. Sure, it was more of Hitman 1 and Hitman 2. I admit that. But I would say it was pretty good. So, what else would have put here? Like Forza, again, I haven't played Forza. I cannot say anything about Forza. I am so sorry that Forza wasn't, that I haven't played it yet. But yeah, the Game of the Year list feels weak. I would probably vote for Psychonauts 2. But this is definitely a tough one. Like 2021 has been rough. And for everyone wondering where Halo is, why Halo is not on here, keep in mind that there's like a cutoff date for the Game Awards, which is like mid-November. And, well, Halo is not out yet, so maybe next year. Maybe next year. But next year will be tough with all the games coming out. All right, next category. Let's keep going. Best Game Direction, awarded for outstanding creative vision and innovation in game direction and design. So the technical aspects. Returnal, I've seen a playthrough of it. It's a bit like Deathloop in that regard. Like, as somebody who has adored Hades last year, they felt like 3D copies of Hades. And that's okay. It's just like, eh. But best game direction, It Takes Two. Like the co-op stuff they're doing with the different worlds and all the interactive environment, and like when it comes to that game direction for creative vision and innovation, definitely It Takes Two. That game is sometimes going bonkers from what I've seen. Or Psychonauts 2. Like, let's be real here. Psychonauts 2 is an acid trip. It's an acid trip. Yeah, I would say the nominees are fair. The nominees are fair for this one. And this really comes down to what you enjoyed. So, yeah, I think this category is fine. Best narrative for outstanding storytelling and narrative development in the game. Ooh. Deathloop. Deathloop started strong, and then the story very much died down in the middle of the game. Like, it wasn't a constant flow of here's story, here's what's going on. Like, nah. I don't think that Deathloop had like a good narrative. Like, again, the beginning was amazing. The beginning was really good, and I had some high hopes for the storytelling slash narrative, but it couldn't keep it up, which was unfortunate. It Takes Two. I mean, basically, family starts at we are breaking up, we are falling apart, to we are fixing stuff without any spoilers. It's like, okay. Haven't played Life is Strange, heard good things about it. Really thinking about it at some point. Cool. Same goes for Marvels of the Galaxy. I heard it's very fun. It's a very, very entertaining narrative. And I heard they basically nailed that. Yeah. Psychonauts 2. I don't think that Psychonauts 2 had an amazing storytelling slash narrative. Like, I really, really enjoyed Psychonauts 2. I really did. But story wise, sure, there were some moments, but nothing I remember particularly. So would probably go with Marvels of the Galaxy or Life is Strange if I would know the story here. But yeah, like Psychonauts story is, I mean, it is a very interesting storytelling they try to do here about the damage which has basically been done to people by certain things which happened in their life, and they try to fix that, they try to heal that, but it wasn't really like a narrative development. Yeah, Psychonaut story was all over the place, basically. Yes, I can agree with that because like the end story part, like the last 25% of the story didn't kick in till like the last 25% of the game. Then it was something else. Before that it was something else. Like, don't get me wrong, it was entertaining, it was fun, I enjoyed it very greatly. But it wasn't like a consistent story which slowly built up to the big finale and then you were like, whoa. It was all very predictive and again all over the place a little bit. So nah, I stick with Life is Strange or Marvels of the Galaxy. Like, the rest was like, okay. Oh, best art direction. Haven't played The Artful Escape. Deathloop. I mean, they had some interesting art here and there. I loved the 60s design. Kena was very cute and good looking. Psychonauts nailed it with the different looks of the different minds. Absolutely nailed it. And Ratchet and Clank had a lot of diversity. Yep, had a lot of diversity to it. Like, there were a lot of different levels from jungles to cities, and they really switched it up. Ooh, this one is tough. No, this one's really tough. Again, haven't played The Artful Escape. Heard it is an acid trip. Absolutely acid trip. But I would probably go with Psychonauts. Like, some of the level designs, without getting into spoiler territory, they were amazing. Like, some of the stuff they did with the graphics there, just, and with the art style, just amazing. Absolutely amazing. So, this is tough. This is tough, man. Because I think they all did something really well. Like, Kena looked like a Pixar movie. That was absolutely beautiful. Deathloop, like the 60 over the top, like James Bond feeling. I think they nailed that absolutely. Like as I said before, Ratchet and Clank, just having so much variety so quickly, just on a finger snap. Like they are all pretty great in like a certain direction. So wow, this one was tough, man. This one was tough. It's art, right? Like everyone has their own opinion on art. But in this case, I would say Psychonauts 2. Yeah, Psychonauts 2. I'm just going with Psychonauts 2. Best score music. Haven't played the Artful Escape, sorry. Cyberpunk, Deathloop, Marvel's Guardians of the Galaxy, Near Replicant. Really? Remaster? I guess. It's tough though. Like, new music is always beautiful. I heard the Marvel of the Galaxy music is great if you didn't activate streamer mode. if you played this in streamer mode, apparently the music was a bit different. Deathloop, they had some amazing trailer music, but in game, I didn't feel like they had like amazing music. I think I give it to Cyberpunk. I actually think I will give it to Cyberpunk. Yeah. I think I will give this to Cyberpunk. Like, we've all played Cyberpunk. Or most of us did. And I can say, like, as much as this game had a lot of problems, like, the music was spot on. Like, the radio stations, like, just listen to the music on Spotify. They have multiple huge music lists of all the music in the game. Like, the Cyberpunk music is just outstanding good. Yeah. So I think we'll go with Cyberpunk on this one. Like, this is just for score music. By the way, I told you this. Like, I would get pissed, and I am pissed. Remove Deathloop. Kick out Deathloop. I still believe that Deathloop didn't have like a good in-game soundtrack. And put in Guilty Gear Strive. Where the heck is Guilty Gear? Guilty Gear had one of the most amazing soundtracks this year, and you didn't even nominate it? What? Like, what? Excuse me? How is that like... I cannot even like fathom, like, how is this music, right? Like, they had so many amazing music parts in Guilty Gear Strive. Like, what? For every fighter. And they were completely different. Like, this is another one. Like, sure, I'm not liking every song. I don't like her song in particular, but it's just the sheer variety of like music they had in this. Like, the thing. I don't. Or this one. Like they have so much different music pieces which are all so amazing for all the fighters. And they didn't even get a nomination? Like, what? I'm looking for the... Here it comes. Like, what? I don't... and not even nominated. I'm so pissed about that. I am so pissed about that. That's the real scandal. That Guilty Gear Strive was not even nominated for this. I want my money back. It's like the Game Awards are really sometimes just looking like at the bigger games, and then I have the feeling throwing in a smaller game for good measure. I was like, eh. Best audio design. Sorry. Okay. Best audio. I think it will be Forza, because car sounds are really good. I guess. I don't. But then maybe Returnal, because they did some crazy stuff with the controller and with the sounds. So maybe that might be a chance. I don't care too much for this. Best performance. Ooh, it's tough. I hate to say it, as much as I really don't like Far Cry 6 because it's more Far Cry 6. I think Esposito as Castillo has been doing really well as doing like a charming but also absolutely crazy villain. So I think he nailed that. And I would give that to him. I have not seen Lady Dimitrescu. I love their banter between Code and Juliana. I really, really love their banter they had been going, and like some other stuff. Like I really, really enjoyed their stuff going on. But I wouldn't necessarily say that they had they a really good performance. And I didn't play True Colors, so sorry to the two ladies here. I haven't played your games yet, so I can't say. I'm truly sorry. I know that's not fair. But it's just, yeah, I think I would go with Giancarlo Esposito. I think I would just go with him. Yep, because he's been doing pretty well. So I think this is all fair. Is there like somebody else they might have missed? No, I don't think so. Oh yeah, I know that who she is, but I haven't seen her in action, so I can't say. Again, they had some great banter moments, but not really what I would call a performance. So, yeah. Games for Impact. I have played only one of those games, and that is Boyfriend Dungeon. And I think that was alright. I have not played the other ones, so I don't have an opinion on this. Sorry. Best ongoing games. Oh boy. Oh boy. Ooh. Oh, sorry, I hit my microphone. Well, everyone is now deaf. I'm truly sorry about that, especially for the people on YouTube. Ooh. Here's the thing. I hate to say it a bit. I normally would say Final Fantasy XIV Online. But this year, we didn't get a lot of content for Final Fantasy XIV. We didn't get a lot. Yes, we are getting a new expansion, but that's not what this is about, especially because the expansion is coming out when I think the Game Awards is happening. So, yes, personally, I would be inclined to say 14, but this year they didn't give us a lot of updates. So, for this year, I have to say it's not Final Fantasy XIV. I hate that because I really enjoy 14, but we got what? One patch for the whole year because of Corona and all that. I get it. I truly do. But this is not about like what was the work for the developers. This is like the best ongoing game. So Apex is doing a lot. I vote for Apex. Genshin is doing a lot. Fortnite is doing a lot. Like, they're all doing a lot. So I would just vote for Apex here this time. Sorry, love you, Final Fantasy XIV, but not this year. Best indie game. Inscription. Just Inscription. From what I have played, from what I have seen, like what the game is becoming, Inscription. Absolutely. Death's Door, I think was alright. I truly believe that Death's Door was alright, but nothing more. But then I'm also not a big fan of Zelda-esque games. I don't like Zelda. Sorry. 12 minutes. Oh boy. No. Kena was amazing to look at. Didn't do too much different. Oh yeah, Loop Hero came out this year, huh? I have completely forgotten about this game. That's unfortunate. I mean, it was alright. I played it to death, but it becomes stale very quickly. Like, at the beginning, you are like, whoa, and you put a lot of hours into, and then it just, like, it goes like this. Amazing, 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 amazing. Boring. It's like, wow. Like, it doesn't decline slowly. It's literally just going down. At least that was the problem for me. And I killed, I think, nearly everything besides of the end boss. Like, the only one I didn't do was the end boss. And I was pretty close to that. And again, I put some crazy hours into Loop Hero. But it was just not... Yeah, was alright. But nothing outstanding. Yeah, Inscription. Like, I cannot tell you why Inscription is amazing, because that would be a ridiculous spoiler. But let's just say this game is not what you expect. Inscription is not what you expect. And it is freaking amazing in that. So Inscription, absolutely. Best mobile game. Hey, look! Wow! Whew. I skipped the category. Wonder what happened there. Do we want to take a look at them? Fantasian, I have no clue who that is. Genshin Impact, okay, cool. Marvel Future Revolution, I actually heard some good stuff about it. Pokemon Unite, League of Legends Wild Rift. I mean, it's League of Legends on mobile. I mean, if you enjoy that, sure. Like, I have not played any of those games on mobile. So I can't say. I heard Pokemon Unite is a pretty good MOBA. I heard it's a pretty good MOBA. Yeah. But again, sorry. Best community support. Recognizing a game for outstanding community support, transparency, responsiveness, inclusive on social media activity and game updates and patches. Final Fantasy. Like, just to like make this clear, when they announced the delay, the game director is basically in tears and is like just bowing to the core of the earth that he is so sorry for a 2-week delay, and then like also taking all the blame on his shoulders and not letting anyone attack the team and just be like, hey, if you have a problem with this, I'm the person you can attack. As like, well, nobody attacked them at all, besides of like 1 or 2 people, which are just dicks. But like everyone was just like, no, yeah, that's fine, and like Final Fantasy 14. Destiny? Weirdly enough, every time I see Destiny coming up on my timeline, it's just bitching. I don't know if it is the developer or if it is the community, but Destiny is just bitching. Like all the time. No Man's Sky, I mean, No Man's Sky is patching like crazy, but I wouldn't necessarily say that their community support is like talking to the community, like all that. I don't see that. Fortnite, I don't know. The same goes for Apex. It's pretty much standard PR for me. So like when it comes to PR and community work, it's really Final Fantasy 14, which is just above and beyond there. So yeah. Innovation and accessibility. Forza. What? Forza. Like the stuff they are doing in Forza Horizon is just absolutely amazing. Like they even have like a person who is doing like the sign language for you. Like the accessibility features Forza has, like don't get me wrong, Ubisoft is really good at that. That's the one thing where Ubisoft has been really innovating and where Ubisoft has been really trying new stuff and trying to be better. It's accessibility. Like I give Ubisoft that. Everything else, no. But when it comes to accessibility, Ubisoft, yes. Normally I would say Ubisoft because they're going above and beyond. But Forza, from what I have seen now, is just they are really trying to think about everyone. Like every person who might have a problem with playing a video game on the in a normal way, you know, it's like Forza tries to include the people. So I don't know what the veil is. Sorry. Don't know if they are doing anything special. The same goes for Marvels of the Galaxy. So, yeah, Forza. Clearly. Best VR AR. I have heard fantastic things about Resident Evil 4, Sniper Elite, and Hitman 3. I have not played any of those, so my vote doesn't matter. Sorry. Best action game. I enjoyed the heck out of Chivalry 2. So I would say Chivalry 2. Back 4 Blood was alright. Deathloop was alright. Far Cry 6. Hey, another Far Cry game. And Returnal I haven't played. I've seen the playthrough of it, and I think it was alright. Like, for me personally, Chivalry 2. But if I have to say who will win this, probably Returnal. This will probably be won by Returnal. Yeah. Yeah. And I would be okay with that. Best action and adventure. It's like the Game of the Year category. What? Well, besides of Marvel of the Galaxy being in here instead of Deathloop. Oof. I stick with Psychonauts 2. Yeah. I stick with Psychonauts 2 here. Even though I heard like a lot of good things on Marvels of the Galaxy. So. But I don't know who would win here. I really don't. But I would stick with Psychonauts 2. Best role-playing game. Scarlet Nexus? Really? Cyberpunk? Really? Also, where's Pathfinder? What's going on there? What? Where's Pathfinder Wrath of the Righteous? That game was an absolute like RPG banger. Like it was RPG essence. What? But we have Scarlet Nexus in it. Cool. Probably Monster Hunter Rise. More Monster Hunter. Cool. But yeah, like, what? What? Man, Game Awards. Like, it's still absolutely fascinating to me that the Game Awards basically became like a thing, like a single dude who loves video games and who had some money was like, yeah, let's determine which games are cool for this year. And everyone was like, brilliant, let's do that. I was like, what? What? No, what? That's so weird. Yeah, like, I go with Monster Hunter, but I have not played Shin Megami Tensei. I have not played that one, so can't say. I played the rest, and yeah. Where's Pathfinder? What? I don't even. What? Best fighting. Well, at least Guilty Gear is here. And then I would say Guilty Gear, even though Nickelodeon All Stars is pretty good. I know people will scoff at this and will be like, lol, kids game. It's really good and it's tough. I have No clue who Melty Blood is. I go with Guilty Gear. Like, I go with Guilty Gear. Simple as that. Best Family. They could just rename this category. Like, they could just rename this category to Best Nintendo Game. And I think it would be pretty fair. Yeah. Okay, It Takes Two is in there. It Takes Two is in there. But they could literally rename this into Best Nintendo Game. Nintendo is getting their own category every time. Best Family Game, It Takes Two. Mario Party is not a family game, it's a battle royale game where at the end everyone will murder each other. So I wouldn't necessarily say this is very appropriate for family play. It's a murder game. New Pokemon Snap? I think it was alright. Like, it was alright. I have never finished Pokemon Snap, but I think it was alright. Super Mario 3D World, haven't played this. So, yeah, I would go with Take Two, or Mario Party is pretty fun. So, yeah. Oh boy. Best sim and strategy game. Why is Microsoft Flight Simulator in here? That came out last year. What? Oh, because it came out this year on Xbox. But still. What? Are we now putting games in here depending on when they come out, like, for every new system? Inscription? I don't think it fits in here. I don't think it fits in here. Like, yes, it's a strategy sim game, but it's so much more. Humankind, nope. That needs much more love, and I haven't checked out the newest patch yet, but it had some good ideas. I didn't stick with it. Oh boy. Oh boy. Oh boy. Now this is tough. Evil Genius 2 or Age of Empires 4. That's tough. Ah, that's tough. I have to go with Evil Genius 2 here. Age of Empires 4 is good, but I haven't put as much hours into Age of Empires 4 than I already did in Evil Genius 2. And I actually started to return to Evil Genius 2. This is tough. I really love Age of Empires 4 though. And I think they did some amazing stuff there with the campaign, with the story mode. Ooh, this is tough. And Evil Genius 2 also got really, really good with all the patches. Damn it! I can't decide. I'm sorry. Best sport racing game, Forza. Best multiplayer game. Ooh. Why? Why is Valheim in here? It's early access. Stop doing that. We talked about this before. Stop doing this. This is early access. Don't. New World? I don't think so. I don't think so. Monster Hunter Rise? Takes Two? Knockout City. Is that still going? Like, it had like a huge boost, and then I feel like it fell off. Back for Blood. I go with It Takes Two. Yeah. Fantastic multiplayer game. Not in the traditional sense that you are playing with much more people than only a second person, but that's still multiplayer, so I take it. It Takes Two. Like Monster Hunter Rise is another Monster Hunter game. New World, no, with all the problems you have, certainly not. Valheim is early access. Knockout City, have not played it. And Back for Blood was fun, but nah, whatever. Content Creator of the Year. I have no clue who those faces are. I have absolutely no clue. I could probably like look them up, and some of the stuff I like, especially Dream is popping up now and then for good and bad things. And yeah, I have no clue. Like, nah. Best indie debut game. Why do we have an early access game in here? Why? Ooh, but The Forgotten City, I heard a lot of good things about it. Kina was alright. Sable, oh, never interested me. I go with Kena. I think there was a pretty strong showing for first indie game. Again, Valheim is not out yet. I don't know why early access is in here. I really don't. Most anticipated game. Oh no, they are doing this now? Really? Like, really? Elden Ring. God of War Ragnarok. As much as I look forward to the new God of War, I think it's more God of War, so I'm not really too crazy about it. I don't care for Horizon. I tried to play the first one. Horizon didn't click with me. I really tried to play the first one, and we played it for like a few days, and it just never clicked with me. It felt like another generic open world game for me with, well, machine dinos in it. But I couldn't. I just couldn't. And I know that people love this game. The sequel to Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild. We don't even know if this is coming out next year, and nah. Starfield, nah. We haven't seen anything about Starfield. How can I anticipate this game? We haven't seen even gameplay about this game yet. I'm sorry. I do not anticipate CGI trailers. So, or in-game engine trailers or whatever they're calling it. Like, nah. So, Elden Ring. Clearly Elden Ring. Like, I know this is a personal list and everyone will say something else, and that's completely fine. For me, it's Elden Ring. Simple as that. Best esports game. League of Legends. Dota dropped the ball this year. Best esports athlete, I don't care. Best esports, I don't care. Best esports, I don't care. Best esports event. League of Legends World Championship. They did it so well. The International, they dropped the ball on this. They absolutely dropped the ball on this. I haven't really seen the other ones. Especially, Especially the fake shearing. Oh, was that annoying. Like, because they were not allowed to have any people in the arena after they botched this, they put in fake shearing and like just a fake crowd. It's like, oh, don't do that, Valve. Everybody knows the arena is empty. Like, we can see it when you're going around with the camera. Like, oh, that was no. Yeah, League of Legends nailed it with the things they did. But that was it. Yeah, I have to agree. Like this year's like just nominees, like 2021 is tough. Yeah, 2021 is really really tough when it comes to like the games and all that this year. Like, I mean, 2021 was considered by a lot of people as like the year, right? Where everyone thought that we would get an amazing amount of games. And it wasn't necessarily that. Yeah. It wasn't necessarily that. So it was a tough year. Some surprises here and there, but still pretty tough year. So we would definitely watch the Game Awards. Not so much for the people who are winning, like I said it for years. I'm not watching the Game Awards for to see who wins because I couldn't care less what the jury thinks, like what a good game is. Like, the only thing which matters to me is what I think a good game is. And I'm watching it for the trailers and for the announcements. That's why I'm watching it. That's all. That's why I care for. Everything else in between, filler. So we'll watch it, but this seems to be a tough year for sure. With that said, thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed the show. If you did enjoy this video, please don't forget to leave a like. If you didn't like this video, well, there's a dislike button right next to it. And if you're new to the channel and you want to see more gaming news, reaction videos, thoughts videos, tips and tricks for new games, you came to the right place, and I would appreciate if you might subscribe to the channel. If you do so, please do not forget to click on the bell icon, because if you don't do that, you're also not getting notified that I uploaded a new video. And then the question is, why would you subscribe? Because you subscribe to see more content, right? Right. So thank you very much for doing that and appreciating the help there. And yeah, with that said, thank you so much for watching. I hope I see you next time. Stay safe.